Hi, Mike Bachelder here. I just really felt like I wanted to do an instruction video about djembe in context of playing with a worship band. And I know there's a lot of different ways to connect with percussion and worship. One of the most popular these days is what we call the cajon box drum, which is really great. It sounds great. Not the easiest thing to sit on for 45 minutes. But I really prefer the djembes because I can get so many more sounds and actually have better dynamics, the ebb and flow of going up and down with a worship team than I can with a cajon. So I would like to introduce you to my Ghana-made djembe that I purchased in 1998. And it's been since about 97 that I've been playing djembe in the context of worship. But if you're new to playing the djembe, there's just a few basics I want to cover with you. The first one is you have to play the drum at an angle. If you're sitting down, you want to have it angled away from you just a little bit so that air can flow out the bottom. Otherwise, you're not going to get any low-end bass sound out of it at all because it's going to be cut off. So you lean it forward a little bit and kind of grip it with your knees. If it's on a stand, then you don't have that problem anyway, so that's good. But there's a few things about, as you begin to investigate how to play djembe in the context of worship, it's just good to get to know the drum and get to know how the sounds that it can make, different kinds of things you can do with it. There's a low-end sound which is in the center of the drum, and you have your hand kind of positioned like this, a little bit of a curve to it, and you hit it right in the center and come up instantly. And typically I have a little bit of pressure just as my hand rests on here to deaden it just a touch. So it's, see how the hand is curved, and then there's the middle area sound, which is you just about this far in on your fingers, which is just above the second knuckle. You don't want to hit that second knuckle because you can really hurt yourself. But so this is the middle sound. And then I've developed over the years and borrowed some techniques from conga playing to develop a really high-pitched sound, and that's right here. And so those are the three basic sounds, but then there's other sounds you can get into, which is exciting. Remember the curved hand for the low end, and then just above the second knuckle for the middle. And then how I do the high end one is I'm actually laying my thumb down about 2.5 to 3 inches from the edge like this. See the curve of the thumb? Laying it down there, and that's creating a small drum head right here that's getting that high-pitched sound. And then I do another technique that's a conga technique, which is to hold your fingers together really tightly and do a snap. So this is what it sounds like if you just hit it normal. And or you can do the really tight snap, which is a little better. Or you can lay your thumb down and go quite a bit of difference. So actually you're creating more of a snare sound as you lay your thumb down. So I'm going to play just a little bit so you can kind of see how the different sounds work together. Here's the low end, middle sound, and then the high sound. And so that's good to just begin to learn how to get different sounds out of it. There's other different things that I've developed along the years, but those are the main ones. Another thing you want to have in mind as you're playing is typically you're working from the edge to the center and back. So if you're playing without the high snap snare sound, you're just playing normal, you're going to go to the edge, to the center, to the back, and you're kind of working back and forth. So it's like this. So, and then you'll notice that I'm doing the low end sound and the high sound both with my right hand. I'm heavily right-handed. Some guys do it with your left. That's okay if it works for you, but I've adopted. And so what I'm mainly doing is working this right hand from the center out to the edge, and then this one is just supporting what this hand is doing. So that's a beginning of how to begin to play and work the djembe. And then the next thing that you need to do is you need to, as you're beginning to think of playing in context with other people playing, is that you got to begin to develop the ability to find the downbeat in a song, which is on the one, which is if it's a 4 count, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and that downbeat is where you're going to be hitting this. And then if it's 6/8 time or another time, you're going to adjust that. But just begin to where, and you'll find that you'll be able to do that intuitively as you get more used to it. And so the last thing is, just as we're starting out, is to begin to play along with recorded music. Put the headphones on and just try to see how you fit into that song. And what you're going to want to do is begin to listen to the drummer. Hopefully it's got, you know, some rhythm and a drummer. You want to begin to listen to the drummer and hear what he's doing. And when he's hitting his kick drum, this is where this is going to be like the kick drum. And you're going to actually try to follow along with when he's hitting the snare. You're up here on this. So take some time, get some worship songs, begin to play along, and then you're going to get to the point where you're going to begin to play with a worship team. And if you're just learning djembe, it's okay to play a little soft and just kind of lay back until you get some confidence. But you're really going to want to just get familiar with the drum, how it works together with music. So recorded music is great to begin to just play along and begin to see how that works. And then if you have an opportunity to watch someone that's doing it, either in a live worship set or something, there's not a lot of guys playing djembe with worship, but I would love to see that change, because I think it's an amazing addition to a whole worship set. Now I'm going to show you what it's like to play along with a worship song that you have on your phone or your iPad or something. And you're not going to be able to hear the song, but you'll be hearing me play along with the worship band, and you'll kind of get an idea of how the feel goes. So here we go. In this first video, I want to have some footage of me playing along with an actual worship band. I'm playing with the worship band from Streams Church in Glendale, Arizona. And because you're going to be hearing the entire stage, and the camera's focused mainly on me, you're not going to be able to hear all the dynamics of the worship, but you'll kind of get a feel, especially how I connect with the drummer and how I try to fit into what he's doing and some of the dynamics. So here's a little bit of me playing with a live worship band. for this first video. I hope it was a blessing to you, and planning on making several more in this series. And we look forward to seeing you next time.